Get over here!
Okay, you don't have any crazy spells up. Okay, good. Alright, yeah, we're gonna leave Gatry here to block this area. We're gonna have Mia over here on standby, just in case.
Okay.
Alright. I think that's pretty much it.
The big difference with what came in with the Game Boy Advance games is that that's when it started doing a lot of the math for you.
Yeah.
Because before that, with, like, Thracia and stuff like that, you know, you could see their strength stats and stuff like that, but to know how much damage something could potentially do to you, you'd have to count and subtract.
Oh man, this is hilarious.
I don't like that guy.
Damn! Sheenan! Alright, make us proud, Braum. You're doing good, friend.
Oh, gee, that wasn't very neighborly.
Huh.
I think my friend Har's gonna have to teach you some manners. Ah, see, you got friends too. Alright, I'll grant you that.
Oh, hang in there, Braum. Your credit to team. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that! They're lining themselves up!
And we got a bunch of range units there, so...
Mm-hmm. Alright, we need to provoke this mage before we can engage these cavalrymen. So I'm thinking Sheenan, come over here.
Okay.
As for this guy, who do we want to get this guy out of here?
Neffany?
Why not, right?
Yeah.
Quite frankly, I am perfectly fine planning to get Neffany in the endgame because she's just so good.
For me, it's like a defiance thing at this point because enough people told me
like Neffany is not good, but dude,
and those people are right. But I just naturally want to be like, no, shut up. Neffany's great. You don't even know.
Shut the fuck up, comic. Oh my god, that's exactly the words that Joe tells me every time with Corrin. But seriously, Neffany's kind of the Lyn of this game. Like, supposedly not great, but when she activates Ultra Instinct, she just wrecks.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go ahead and heal up Sheenan. Take every opportunity to heal. So yeah, what I'm thinking of doing is, I want to keep the main force intact. But we're gonna get these three out of the way, and then we can have the main force, we can have these guys join up with the others.
Okay. If you want to be kind of saucy, you could have Void start taunting the people over the river. See if you can get those generals to march over here.
Like over here?
Yeah.
That might be possible, actually. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, no. I kind of want to take this a little bit at a time, though.
Yeah.
Mainly because, like, I don't know. This is a lot of units that like we can accidentally proc if we're not careful.
Yeah, too much sauce is bad for your heart. That's fine.
Okay, so what I'm thinking is like having Sheenan and the cavalry take care of these guys. As for everyone else, they can start making their way up here. So let's begin. We say we're not going to use Rolf, and yet here we are.
Yeah. But we're going to use everybody right now.
Yeah, we kind of have to. That's the thing.
Except Mia, because she's melee and she can't kill.
Are you sure about that?
I mean... You know, if I say that, she'll prove me wrong, so I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to get another Farina situation. So, yeah, just thinking ahead.
Yes.
In the coming chapters, to get all of the different, like, special scenes for the ending, Ike needs to do battle with the Black
Are
Knight.
you sure about that?
The only thing I'm sure about is that I'm sure about nothing. I forgot we gave her a Worm Slayer.
Do it, Nia!
Good dodge.
Oh my god, yes!
Okay, I'm not mad.
Ow! Oh, that's fun.
Forgot about the Worm Slayer.
Oh, that is fun. Alright, I'm just gonna grab a bead on this bolting. You've got a steel bow, but that shouldn't be a problem at all.
Yep, and that'll kill.
Beautiful.
That's a clean 38 damage. Well, it's clean now that he dodged.
Lovely.
And then do you want to have Braum, like, eat a vulnerary or something?
Probably. I just need to get a bead on other things real quick. What I'm probably gonna end up doing, because that guy still has a bow. That's the main thing.
Yeah. So I think you want Braum to, like, take one step upward, and then Mia, Har, and Braum are forming the wall.
Yes. You can't move far, I don't think. You got a Horse Slayer too, so that's just something to keep track of. Yeah, I'm gonna put Har in front of Mia.
Okay.
He can target Rolf, but Rolf can take a hit.
Unless we move Braum forward one space.
That's true.
Yeah, okay.
Give it a moment, give it a moment. There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
No, I was just thinking about the healing item, but... No, yeah. no objections.
Alright, yeah, I think we can now start moving everyone else up.
Okay.
We will have Titania, Shinan, and Oscar handle this. And actually, this is perfect because we can move.
Void.
Yep, exactly. Look at that. We handled this pretty well. Knock on wood.
Yeah, we're not even being super turtley.
I mean, we kind of had to take a little bit of an offensive to get some major threats off the board real quick. But yeah, that worked out. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave Oscar here next to Shinan. Heather, you come over here. Yeah, and I think we're good. Yeah, that's to be expected. Good dodge, Mia.
So there's two pretty big areas of where coins might appear hidden in the ground. One of them is on the upper right wall. The other one is kind of like a weird crescent slashed through the lower right. So if we get anyone near there, I'll bring it up.
Sounds good. Shouldn't be too problematic. Well done, Shinan. Good level up, too. Strength, speed, skill, that's exactly what you need. And defense. Oh my god, we're building an archer with defense.
I think I said this during the Path of Radiance Let's Play, but I'm going to bring it up again because it's a really fun fact.
Yeah?
Shinan is named after the soldier in the Trojan War who opened the gate for the Trojan horse.
Get out!
Yep.
I forgot about that.
Yep.
Huh. That's cool.
Which I guess doesn't really reflect well on him, but... Because he's the guy who lost the war for Troy.
I'm actually curious. Defense 21. Defense 9. He has more defense than Nephany.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is having him actually provoke these guys. Like, just have him stand here with a crossbow.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Obviously, we'll have backup for him, but yeah, I think he can handle this. Honestly, like, I think I'm fine just leaving Titania here.
Yeah.
Let's have Oscar join the main force. All right, let's get a beat on this. We need to get rid of this guy. And if we can do that without proccing this bolting mage, in fact, I think Har can do it.
Yeah.
1938, yep.
Yep. And then you should be able to
Kanto out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cancelled.
beautiful! Well done, Har. Well, that was the last of the short axe, which is fine.
Yeah, it served its purpose well.
I'm actually going to move over here, because what I want to do is proc this guy with Braum.
Cool.
Yeah, stick with the Iron Sword, and we'll go from there. Move everyone forward.
Gonna come over here and say howdy?
Okay, yeah. I'm also just trying not to proc too many units at once, especially because we got surprise flyers that can come in and wreck us if we're not careful.
At the end of turn 5, also, we're going to get 2 more units from the north there. Yeah,
From-
about there.
Got you, okay. That shouldn't be too much of a problem.
It's going to be 2 paladins, I think.
Got it.
A blade paladin and a bow paladin.
That shouldn't be too much of a problem. Good level up, Reese. It's good to have them. It's good to be controlling the Grail Mercenaries again. As much as I like the nuance with, like, you know, the other stories, especially because,
Yeah.
like, you know, it was nice to get some more details on what's going on in the world of Tellius. Like, this is why people picked up this game again.
Yeah.
So yeah, at this point, I think we can just keep on moving everyone forward.
Well, and that's, like, a good way to, like, raise hype on a kind of sequel series thing if you start with new characters. And we might like the new characters, but then when you bring back the old ones, people are gonna go nuts. Like, think of, like, Legend of Korra, where, like, anytime something was happening with, like, the original Aang gang,
Yeah,
people were like, oh, shit!
That is true, yeah. That being said, it doesn't always pan out. Hi, Metal Gear Solid 2. But then again, Metal Gear Solid 2, you never actually play as Snake.
Yeah, that's the problem. You play with him for the first mission, and
Uh-huh.
that's kind of the opposite. You start with the old gang, and then you bait and switch into a new character.
It's actually kind of funny, because, like, another example I can think of that actually worked out in that favor was, Devil May Cry 4.
Yeah, because you're stuck with Nero.
Yeah, but then, like,
Nero's
Nero turns out to
Pearl,
be actually pretty awesome.
And it's, yeah.
And then you play as Dante, and then Dante just wrecks everything.
Yeah. You're, like, almost disappointed to go back to Dante, except then you play him and he's amazing.
Uh-huh.
I'm doing a lot with my...
Yo,
Oh!
nice!
It's a funny way to spin a crossbow.
Well done, Sheenan! Alright, and this is perfect, actually, because if we can... Now what we can do is Kanto Titania out. Or, like, have her take the kill, and then we can just, like, get a head start on her, and the main and everyone else moving forward.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, let's force these guys to come to us.
Okay.
We're gonna have to proc this Bolting Mage somehow.
I
The
think-
thing is he gonna move?
Probably not, but I'm
Yeah.
not certain of that, so...
Yeah, because what I'm thinking is, like, we can experiment with it a little bit, because what I'm thinking is putting Ike here to proc both of those Wyvern Knights.
Okay.
Yeah, because if we actually take a look at... Yep, there you go, right there.
Okay.
So, put him there, equip with the Iron Sword, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
In the meantime, this guy with a Horse Slayer,
Yeah.
I kind of want to see what our mages can do here.
That's what I was going to suggest.
Good stuff. Let's see if I can get a little bit more damage. So maybe I can have Soren finish it. Oh, this is perfect, actually. Oh yeah, we got the support going now.
Yeah.
Good. That should be enough for Soren now. I mean, it might have been enough before, but I never checked. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Cool.
Awesome. Not bad.
Okay.
Not bad at all. Alright, you said we're gonna get paladins up in the north, right?
Yeah. Yeah, 2 of them. 1 blade, 1 bow.
Should we move Brom and Har up there?
I think that's a good idea, yeah.
Mm-hmm. We don't have any healers nearby, so I'll just have Brom take an herb. Oh, wait a minute, before we do... Okay, no, we're good. Perfect. For a little bit of extra insurance, let's have Boyd meet up with them as well.
Couldn't hurt.
And Har? So funny thing, actually, I've been working on a collaboration with Blazing Knight, right?
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about the top 10 Fire Emblem lords. And it's kind of funny, like, working with him on that regard, because, like, we kind of had to talk about the different aspects of, like, the different characters and everything. And it's, I just find it interesting, like, comparing some of the power levels of some of these characters, like, and, like, thinking how they are in relation to other units, because as much as we like Ike, and believe me, we like Ike.
We like Ike.
I'm actually not entirely sure if he's better than the likes of this guy.
Oh, yeah, if you actually get into the math of it, I think Har is actually the best unit in the game.
Here's the problem, though. Ike would destroy him. He's
Yeah.
an axe wielder.
Yeah.
I mean, he does use lances, too, but the thing is, like, here's the thing. Ike is so much of a bamf, like, that a lot of the times when he fights against a weapon triangle, it doesn't even freaking matter.
Yeah.
So, I'm not entirely sure of, like, does this game have a mode where you can actually, like, pin these guys together like you could in Blazing Sword? Because that was a thing for a little while.
Where you could... Wait, what do you mean?
Like, there was this mode in Fire Emblem Blazing Sword.
Oh, like a PvP.
Yeah, sort of like a PvP, where you could, like, take the different, like, units.
People have done that. People have hacked and ROMmed this game to be able to do stuff like that, where it basically turns into a simulator.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, there's not an official way to do it, but there are ROM hack ways to do it.
It's funny how Blazing... Like, I actually remember when I was a kid, I did that with my Blazing Sword copy, and, like, I remember just having so much fun with it.
Yeah, because Blazing Sword actually had, like, a multiplayer mode.
Beautiful! Well done, Ike.
I feel like it would have been cool if 3 Houses had, like, a multiplayer mode.
There they are. Alright, this guy with the bolting didn't proc.
Well, the mages will probably be safe, because they all have high magic resist, so...
Yeah, so I'm thinking Ileana, come in with some thunder magic.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, this is, like, her thing.
Then again... Girl.
In her defense, she's very hungry.
She's always hungry!
Let me show you how it's done.
Let me show you how it's done. Oh my god, the difference. Now you proc adept! Soren, you been hanging out with Sheenan?
Unfortunately, yes.
Alright, so here's what I'm thinking. Steel Blade. I'm thinking of having Ike come over and try and get rid of this guy while also proccing these two.
Okay, you can put him in the grass there.
Well, I don't think that's going to have him go far enough so that he can actually reach this guy.
Oh, you actually want to... That makes sense.
You have an herb. So yeah, I'm thinking of putting him here. He can proc these two, and we go from there.
It bothers me that herbs only stack 10 times. Because if you could stack just one more, you'd have 11 herbs and spices.
God damn it. And it's like, well, 11's a weird number. So is 8 for the vulneraries.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want?
I mean, it was 3 for the vulneraries in the last game.
That's true. Yeah, why did they increase the amount of healing items you can get in this game? It's kind of absurd.
Yeah, that's kind of their way of trying to balance things.
I guess, like, this game does kick your ass if you're not careful.
I think they wanted to encourage you stocking healing items, so by making them multi-use, it's more likely that we'll actually buy them. It's kind of like I'm really interested in Mario Party Superstars, some of its, like, changes to the economy. Or, not, yeah, Mario Party Superstars. Because mushrooms...
Yeah.
Mushrooms and, like, double dice and triple dice are a lot cheaper now than
previous games.
In previous games, the, like, items that did the same thing. And I think it was because a lot of people just didn't like buying items at all in Mario Party because, like, getting a golden mushroom was, to roll 3 dice, was 30 coins, so that's a star and a half.
Yeah, that's true.
And now it's only, like, 15 coins, which, like, might sound like too much of a drop, but now everybody can buy them, so everybody moves faster, and it kind of makes the game more active in that way.
I see what you're getting at. Yo! I mean, it doesn't matter, but,
Whereas, Super Mario Party, the previous Mario Party game on the Switch, did some changes to the economy that I think made it a lot less fun, because, one, everybody was moving less, because in general the dice only went from 1 to 6 instead of 1 to 10. So everybody's moving a lot slower, and to compensate, they made the maps generally smaller, but then it just feels like there's less to do. And then, since you're not traveling as far to the star, you're not landing on as many spaces or collecting as many coins, so that now the stars only cost 10 coins. But winning minigames still gives you a bunch of coins, so it just feels like you have more coins than you can ever win, and it becomes, like, irrelevant stealing coins.
I see what you're getting at, yeah.
They, like, devalue coins in Super Mario Party, and that, like, that kind of thing is really interesting to me. Because that's a really hard thing, like, balancing a game's economy.
That is true. Although sometimes it's like, you know, you don't have to, like, you don't have to know the exact details or the, you know, the nuance of how an economy, quote-unquote, works. You know Ollie from our D&D group and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
He has this notorious habit of wanting to ask, oh, by the way, how does this economy work? How does this location
in
this
fantasy world, yeah.
Exactly, and it's like, not everyone is going to want to know what the main export of Bumblefuck in the middle of nowhere is. You know?
Yeah,
Like, I get the interest and everything, and he's like, well, people are gonna ask these kinds of questions. And it's like, yes, but, like, you know...
I mean, I love world building.
I do too, but...
That's about where I draw a line in the sand.
Like, I can understand a like, world's politics if it, like, functions if it, like, serves a function for the story. Like, you know, the whole politics in Crimea in this game... Because, you know, it's important. That's, like, kind of the main conflict of this. I don't want to know what Alencia had for breakfast.
You know, just eggs. Keeping it light.
Eggs and toast. I actually really like eggs and toast. It's a simple meal, but it's like, hearty.
I can only eat eggs if they're scrambled.
I've noticed.
I can't do fried eggs or hard-boiled eggs.
Like, you and Nick are not egg people
no.
at all. Nice dodge, Ike.
Nick can't do eggs in any form whatsoever.
Yeah, I've noticed that, and I was like, huh, interesting.
Yeah, it's like a texture thing, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I get that.
I did do, when I was running our seafaring campaign in D&D.
Yeah.
I did put thought into...
Oh, those jerks! They're protecting the mage!
So when I was, like, world building, when I was making all the different islands, I did determine what each island's major export was. And that was just part of my, like, brainstorming.
Oh, you sons of...
Oh, sorry, I was kind of asleep at the wheel on that one.
No, you're fine. You're fine. It's just like they just came in like bats out of hell.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, okay, this is not ideal.
I think we should.
We're gonna need to retreat here. Unfortunately, yeah.
And we can.
Oh, we totally can. Like if we make a wall here, like with Gatry and Ike, we're fine.
Yeah.
So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna move Soren back. Gatry over here. And Ike, you come over here. And you have an herb, right? Yes, you do.
He has 9 herbs and spices.
And perfect. And from there, we kind of just like go from there. This guy has 10 spaces. You see this area where, you see this space where Rolf is?
Yeah.
That's the area right here for the bolting mage.
Okay.
So as long as we stay out of that range, we should be fine.
Cool.
So yeah, I think this is a scenario where we can kind of just let these guys come after us.
Okay.
So, Har, you can Kanto, so I'd prefer you to take this guy out so Brahm and Boyd can make their way back.
Because if you do, just like, this could be a fun exercise for you DMs, like, when you're making towns, if you want to think of, like, what is this town's chief export, or why would people live here? Like, is it a mining town? Like, that could be really fun to do because it can help you think of interesting things to put there.
Yeah.
Like, I decided one of my islands, besides being the place where the main magical college was, also exported marble, and there was a major battle that happened in the marble quarry, and that was just cool because if you see how marble quarries look, they're very like staircase like.
That's true. That's true. It's actually like it's interesting that you bring that up too because that is one thing I will say about
you don't have to get into like, oh well, how do they make enough money from how do they ship it out? Like then maybe you're thinking too far.
Exactly.
If it stops assisting the game, then you don't really need to know it.
Exactly. That being said, like I am glad that like Ollie works as my co-DM because he asks those types of questions that I may or may not have to answer because
Ollie
like,
is incredibly smart.
He asked me, well, like, you know, this main kingdom in the Fire Emblem campaign, Kuvel, the central kingdom, how are they able to stay in business? Well, he was satisfied with one very simple word. Trade.
Yeah.
The fact that it's a central kingdom and, like, there are multiple kingdoms in all 4 directions, suddenly it's like, oh, yeah, this is like the central hub. Everything goes through here.
Yeah.
So...
And if you just, like, put a tax on the marketplace, you're...
Like, they're set. Like, they're absolutely set.
Or just, like, pay tolls.
And, like, the way I have it established in my campaign is that, like, it is a relatively nice, like, kingdom to be in. It's one of those situations where, like, the kingdom itself is very safe, there's a lot of equality, there's a lot of, like, business because of the trade system, and, yeah, it actually made itself into a very, very prosperous kingdom in such a short amount of time. Under a century, which raises questions.
Yeah.
That's the main thing that, like, it's one of those looming details that everyone in the campaign knows about, so I am not, like, too tight-lipped about that, but it's one of those things where it's, like, a kingdom establishing itself as not only a great kingdom, but one of the more influential kingdoms in the continent in under a century is nothing short of miraculous. So it's like, huh, that might be a detail that'll come up later.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Cool.
I'm thinking of maybe, like, starting that campaign, like, actually, like, starting the sessions, like, in about a month's time. I want to start maybe somewhere around March. Alright, so,
I have another pair of friends, too, who want me to get into a campaign with them, and I love them dearly, but I'm kind of like, I don't... I'm already playing 2 campaigns if I include yours, Oscar, and I don't think I can pick up a third one.
Nah, that's pretty much the story of a lot of people's lives right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I know how I'm gonna do this.
And I'm gonna, like... I'm gonna, like, vibrate through the ground and fall to the center of the earth if I don't finish this character study soon. The turnover on this has been way too long.
Okay, so the zone is right here. I don't want to put Gatry in that line of fire. So I'm thinking of just, like, having him move one step forward. Ike can take a pot shot at this guy and go from there. Actually, this might work out.
Yeah, we could just have Ike and Gatry hold it.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Now, if you want to be a little fancy, you can move somebody up to heal him and then
That's what
rescue.
That is exactly what I was thinking. Like, just for that little extra bit of insurance.